For those of us that have been playing Invasion for a while, we all know that Bastion is typically not a ship you're going to upgrade to just because of its slow turning rate, and also its really low mass, so it gets knocked around really easily. However, for half the tier 6s in the game, that is the only tier 7 that's logically usable in Invasion, as the X3 just is like not even close. And so if you are playing as one of those tier 6s and do want to upgrade to a tier 7, I'm going to show you how I do that and how you and your teammates' play styles should look like. So let's get on to it. In the case of this run, I upgraded to the Bastion from the Barracuda. Now if you're a Cuda player, I would recommend never upgrading to the Bastion, but I wanted to experiment around a bit and see how that worked out. So if you want to see how to get to the Cuda and how to use the Cuda, I'm hopefully going to be publishing a guide for Invasion on that soon too, so keep an eye out for that. Now Bastion, kind of like Odyssey, is one of those ships that you need to have multiple Ares teammates around you to actually play. So the reason for you to have that for the Audi is because the path to the Audi is incredibly hard to fight with an unupgraded ship, and you need O defenders, for example, to carry you through and eventually get you up to Audi. Now it's similar with the Bastion, except a lot of the times you're going to be carrying your teammates up to tier 6, and then once they can get to tier 7, then you can upgrade as a Bastion. And the most feasible strategy this is good at is the Rock Tower strategy. So the Rock Tower anti-pull strategy, you may have known I did release an Invasion tutorial on that, and I'd recommend you go check that out, as that has a lot of really good up-to-date information. But as those ships, I would never recommend upgrading to Bastion until the end of Wave 10, when only the final boss is left, so you can do DPS damage to that final boss. However, if you have, for example, like a combination of Rock Towers and Ares, then that would be the case where if you had maybe 5 players, say, and like you could upgrade to Bastion, I would probably go with it, because the way Ares works with the Bastion is you kind of want to surround it. So get as many ships on all sides and try to have your Bastion hit as little as possible, because the Bastion is incredibly good. Like, the one thing it's better than the Ares at is destroying aliens that break apart. So crabs, like red crabs that split into yellow crabs, or piranhas that split. All of those enemies, the Bastion, because it's shooting, it's a bullet hose with all that DPS flying out of it, when it splits, you'll be doing damage to its splits as well, and often you can kill the entire alien and all of its splits, like, in one go. However, that of course comes at the cost of not being able to turn very well. So with this, with the Bastion, I would recommend never upgrading to it unless you have at least 2 teammates as Ares, as you see in this run. So that would be like the minimum. As a final word of warning, I guess, if you are going to upgrade to the Bastion, make sure you can try to get as many gems as possible, as fast as possible, because if you don't have full Clogger load, you're dead, basically, because those 400 shield capacity, that's going to be gone with seconds, with any wave 9 or 10, like red crab or something like that. So make sure to get gems, and also make sure to try to be behind the your teammates as much as possible to avoid getting, for example, a red crab, like, just boat loading damage into you, because one red crab can remove like half to all of your shields if you don't do anything about it, because your turning speed is so slow you can't actually turn around to kill it. So again, make sure you're supporting your teammates, not on the front lines fighting that out. And if you can do that, you should survive for quite some time. I did die once in this run. It was, I shouldn't have, but I did. But still, the Bastion is a usable ship in Invasion. It is definitely not anywhere close to the Ares, but it is definitely usable, and the larger team you have, the more that ship is really gonna shine. If you enjoyed this short guide or want to see more guides like it, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe so you get notified the instant any more of our videos come out. With that, have a good day.
Got it. Stand out like